Tom from Blink 182. How are you? Welcome to XFM.
I am doing good. Thank you for having me on the show.
It's great to have you on. It's great to have Blink 182 back in our lives. It feels like, I suppose first of all, it feels like it's been a long road for you guys to get to this point. How are you feeling right now?
Doing good, man. We've, obviously people know we broke up about 7 or 8 years ago. I don't even remember how long ago it was, but this is our first record back, and just by the fact that we're able to put a new record out, a lot of bands that break up aren't able to pull it off. But we're actually, we're doing great. I mean, we're doing better than we ever have, I think, actually. So this is a good time for us.
You are on a massive tour right now across the US and Canada with My Chemical Romance. Can we have a bit of reportage, Tom? How's it going?
Yeah, it is. It's been going good, man. It's a huge tour, lots of big flashy moving screens and lasers, so it looks really cool. I get to look like a rock god with lasers. That's all I care about, right?
Is there an element of, not one-upmanship, but maybe a nice way, because you've got two amazing live bands. Are you trying to play each other off the stage each night? Bit of healthy competition.
No, it's always healthy competition. Blink's always had our tradition of having some great bands out with us. I mean, we had Green Day open for us. We had Bad Religion open for us. We had No Doubt open for us. So we've always had a history of really great bands touring with us, and it always provides the spirit of trying to give it your best. So I think it's a good thing.
And you made the call, right? You made the call to MCR, and they were more than happy to oblige.
Yeah, absolutely. I went down and met with them. I thought that they were a great band that's come out of the kind of alternative punk rock scene that's thinking a lot bigger than just music itself. They have a very ambitious kind of goal for that band, and I think it pairs well with the way I think about music. I
was going to ask how stage fit you are, but be honest, so it's not like you might have had 8 years away from Blink 182, but you've never really been away. You've been doing Angels and Airwaves stuff.
Yeah, I've been playing music a lot. Everyone kind of knows I have a band called Angels and Airwaves, and we just put out a movie, and I got that album coming out on November 11th, the new one. It's a double album movie, whatever. But we've been really busy with that band too. So I've been very much in the laboratory making music and playing shows and trying to get my skills sharpened for something like this too. I have not been away in any way, shape, or form.
Let's hear the brand new single from Blink 182, Up All Night. We've been playing it so much. Here it comes, and we'll talk more to Tom after this. Blink 182 back with Up All Night. We are XFM. Tom from the band is on the phones right now. It's great to have you on, Tom. Was that always an obvious choice for the song to come back with after 8 years?
Well, I think in some ways it was obvious. It was the first record, or first song on the record that we wrote a year ago, and we recorded the album over the course of a year off and on. But I think about the idea, it really speaks well to the modern kind of nature of what the record is. I think it showcases both of the singers. I think that lyrically and musically, it speaks to what the album is called Neighborhoods, because all three of us come from completely different neighborhoods in suburbia, and I think this is a really good flagship song to kind of show what the record has on it.
You and Mark's vocals always complemented each other pretty well. Is there more of that on this record? Is there more trading vocals between you two?
Yeah, there's a lot of that, actually. There's a lot. We have two totally different voices, and I think they work really well together, especially on specific kind of songs. It's a very cohesive and organic mixture of the two of us.
It has been said, Tom, that this song, specifically this one, is kind of Angels and Airwaves-esque. Certainly the heavier end of Blink 182 musically. Would you go with that?
There's some parts on there that are like that. It definitely does come from the Angels and Airwaves kind of side of things, only because that's, all of us bring to the table what we do independently, and I think that's what makes this record great, is that all of us have been practicing in strides when we're off the clock. But Angels and Airwaves is a very progressive band. I mean, it has songs that sound like Up All Night, and it has songs that sound like, big 80s stadium rock stuff. So, and I love that. That's a really pure reflection of who I am as an artist. So to bring, for me to bring what I'm into, my likes and my tastes into Blink 182, you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear elements of Angels and Airwaves because that's me.
We're doing a Blink 182 takeover. We are XFM, but then you knew that. That's the new song from Blink 182, Up All Night. And Tom's on the phones, live on the phones from Canada, actually, where they're on tour with My Chemical Romance right now. Let me take you back, Tom. You've been split up for 8 years. That first session, when you all got back in a room together, back into the studio together, how did it work out?
Well, we actually recorded the record in 3 different parts. About a third of the record I started and crafted in my own studio alone. Same with Mark for his songs. And then the last third, Travis spearheaded with beats and rhythms that we all did together. Right. But we'd always pass the music along and deconstruct them and redo them, and everybody had a say on everything. But the first minutes in the studio were people alone, kind of trying to organize their own personal ideas.
I've got to ask, Tom, right, I know they say, you guys are in a great place right now, but you've had your problems in the past. Did you ever do the thing that Metallica famously did on their DVD? Did you ever do band therapy?
No.
Did you ever hire a therapist? They all sit round in a circle? Talk it out.
I know, how funny is that? We probably should have, in retrospect, right? But no, that's they're never going to live that down, unfortunately. But every band is that way. No band wants to admit it, but I would say 99% of the bands have those same exact kind of blowouts. So when you watch from a chair looking at a TV screen and you kind of see the fly on the wall footage of what's happening within a band, you kind of think it's so stupid. It's like kids fighting over dessert. It's dumb. But when you're in the band, it's hard. I think when you join a rock and roll band, you think, oh my God, no responsibility. I'm going to do everything that I want to do. I'm a rebel, no job, But then you get in a band and you find out that it's the ultimate compromise. It's like you actually have to surrender more of your ideas and more of what you really want than you ever thought, or you would ever have to at any other job, because you have 2, 3, 4 other guys that all want to do what they want to do. So I think what people fail to realize is that when you join a rock band, you have to compromise a lot more than you ever expected to, and then you have to do it based on it's all ego and insecurities. It's weird. It's really a weird dynamic being in a rock band. It's never what you think it is from the outside.
And how much of it was kind of being in the eye of the storm and not being able to get perspective? Was it you take your time away from each other and that allowed you to get some perspective and maybe some reality on the situation? Was it like that, or did it go deeper than that?
Yeah, we actually, when we broke up, a lot of things happened. You lose your identity. You kind of go, I'm Tom from Blink 182. It's one of the biggest rock bands in the world, and then all of a sudden it's gone, and you're like, okay, I got to start all over. And I had to build a brand new band. And when I started Angels and Airwaves, I had to figure out who I was, what kind of music I wanted to create, and who I wanted to become, and I had to do that all from scratch. So it's really, it's really humbling, and it's a real modest way route to go. And then Travis had a plane crash. And he survived a plane crash. Everyone died on that plane except for him. Yeah. DJ AM died after the fact, not being able to cope with what was going on. But it's been a really tough road. That's what pulled us all together. So Travis went through that situation as well. So his own hard situation, and so we all came back independently, writing our own stuff, producing our own stuff, and going through our own little life experiments. And so coming back to Blink now, it's like we're totally different people, like totally, completely different mindsets and just the way we view the world and what we're trying to do. It's much more relaxed and much more, commiserate with everyone, I think.
It's quite a tough question to ask, but the more cartoony end of Blink-182 that maybe you were more famous for right back in the day, how does that work for you now on stage? Because you do seem to be very different people to what you were 10 plus years ago.
No, totally. No, we... the shows that we're doing on this tour have been so rude.
Right, okay. That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
So bad. No, way better than when we first got back together. We were so drunk every night on stage. I don't think we remember what we were doing. But like on this tour, it's like it's back in full form. It's been funny too, because the show is so big and so beautiful and the most production we've ever had. But yet when it stops, like the jokes are just so horrid. And like I'm having a lot of fun, man. I'm telling you, it really reminds me of when we first started.
Tom, it's been great to have you on the show. The brand new Blink-182 album, Neighborhoods, drops on the 27th of September. It's great to have you back, Tom. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate you guys playing the song, and to all the people listening right now, England is our closest twin brothers across the Atlantic, and I can't wait to see you guys soon.